All right, so now moving on to potential authors out there who are planning to send their papers to IJDS. How was your overall experience in publishing? Given that you are the first paper in the inaugural edition, we'd like to get your experience. I'm sure it'll be we want to replicate this process in terms of our side as well. But even from authors, how was your experience, and what do you want to share with the potential readers out there or authors out there?
I mean, I could start. I thought it was great. Maybe there's some selection bias because our paper is accepted.
It's a good paper,
but I thought it was great. I thought it was for me. I published a whole lot of papers, right? And so I've been through the review and the editorial process a whole lot of times. By the way, my students are always sort of look at me strange when I say this. I've also had an awful lot of papers rejected. So I mean, I think it's really refreshing. If I'm thinking of myself as a business school scholar who happens to be a data science scholar, right? It's really refreshing to be part of a process where the editors and the reviewers are really expert in the topics of the paper, right? You're really working on discussing the finer points rather than trying to just explain some fundamental of data science that somebody's doesn't even understand, or there was some misalignment in your view of the world, and so they're just misunderstanding something fundamental of the paper, and now you got to spend iterations with the reviewers just to basically be like, and we all know this, right? When you're as an author, you're like, this guy doesn't even know what he's talking about, right? I'm sure the reviewer is saying the same thing about you, right?
Exactly.
And so I think it's really nice to basically, as data science is becoming more and more important in business, right? Of course, it's going to become more and more important in business schools, right? And so to have a journal where it's like, yes, we understand that this now is like a whole field in and of itself, right? And we're going to have the journal about it. And so now, as an author, it was really nice to basically be part of this. I look forward to submitting another paper to IJDS.
Awesome. We need more papers in IJDS. Yeah.
I want to make another point. I think it's much more specific, not that broad of a comment. One thing that I liked was the code capsules, right? So there's a lot of people basically saying, yeah, but can we replicate these results, what's going on behind the curtain, right? And in that sense, well, we didn't do a big empirical example. So the code for this paper was relatively limited. It was just for a specific example. But we were asked to do the code capsule. And I think it's amazing that the journal is pushing in that direction, in the sense that a more transparent idea of what's going on the other side. I think it's something that is very valued by the community. So in that sense, I also like that as well.
Yeah, it's great. And then someone who's not know this, we have videos about code capsules, and there's we have specific editor for implementation editor who looks at your code and make sure it works. And this is useful because when you publish the papers, especially for data science work, implementation is also more important. So, and then replicability, so that people can start using your method, not just for citation purposes, out there, people using it. So we kind of encourage for that. So look for the videos that we have posted previously on that aspect. So thank you, Carlos, for bringing that up as well.
Yeah, just one last comment on that is sometimes I'm just trying to replicate what somebody else did, right? Because I do benchmark studies too, right? Or I may want to use that method for something else, and I don't even know how they coded it, right? And so just having that available, it's really, really useful.
That's wonderful.